This is a very simple start to Whiteboard Wednesdays, but I think like we've all had a mad old year. It's been a mad old year, isn't it? We don't really know what we're going into, so let's set some goals, man. Let's just set fitness goals, have something to strive for, something to aim for. So starting strong in 2021, let's break it down. The two main aspects, I think the most important is going to be goal setting. So what is your goal? Now that could be to do with fitness, that could be fat loss, that could be muscle gain, improve your cardiovascular capacity, anything. Pick your goal, what do you want to achieve? So you need to sit down and ask your question, that question first, what do I want to achieve? And then from there, we need to look at our strategy. Excuse my handwriting. Hopefully as we go, it will get better. Strategy. So your strategy is going to be how you're going to get there. And in between that, we need to understand the time frame because that gives us a little bit of perspective. So your goal may be, let's go fat loss. So your first goal is going to be fat loss. Now, you need to implement some sort of timeline and you need to be realistic because if you're not, it will lead to demotivation if you don't achieve it. So let's go to lose 1 stone in 3 months, which is extremely realistic. We can do that. Okay, so we've got a goal, we've got a timeline. Fat loss is the goal. We want to lose 1 stone in 3 months. Now we need to look at our strategy. Now your strategy could be your training. It could be your nutrition. And I think cardio will come under training. So we'll leave it at that for now. Training and nutrition, because they're going to be the most relevant. In between these, we're going to have what we call process goals. So okay, your goal may be to lose 1 stone in 3 months, but let's start losing a pound a week, for example. I'm not doing the math to see if that equates, but just giving you an example what a process goal would be. £1 per week. And we're going to do that by implementing our strategy. Now the other important aspect, I think, let me wipe this off for the first time on Whiteboard Wednesdays, is going to be routine and structure. Now for me, that is just as important as having a goal and having a strategy to achieve that. It's not for everyone, and I preach fitness is so subjective. And some people don't like the monotony of having a routine and being locked in. In my opinion, having a routine, having a structure builds momentum. And a lot can be said for momentum, most powerful force in the universe. So, routine, what do I mean by that? Now, that could be splitting your day up into daily tasks. And what that does is it breaks it down into manageable bite-size achievements. That's the way I would see everything in your day as achievements. And we're talking about fitness here, but something as little as making your bed in the morning, doing that builds momentum. That's a win. You want to see that as a win in your life. And then that builds momentum for the rest of the day. You have a good day at work, you feel a little bit more energetic. It's Monday, you go and smash your workout. So that's what I mean. So break it down into daily tasks. So this could be train AM. So you train first thing in the morning. Then you make your bed. Okay, so you train, you come home, you shower, you make your bed. Don't skip breakfast. So you know if you've got a structured meal plan, you want to eat your breakfast. Especially important if you've trained AM. So you know you've got to get that done. Don't skip it, get to work, and then before you know it, it's 3 o'clock, you haven't eaten. And then we could break it down into things like 8 hours. The handwriting's really going. Sleep per night. And we'll leave it there. But there's many, many more you can build into your daily routine, your daily structure. And this is all part of the end goal. I assure you, you tick these off, you'll be making progress. Now, what I do, I have a checklist, a physical checklist on another whiteboard, which is actually over there. And then I have a checklist in my mind. And I just envisage a tick box by every single one of these. And if you tick them, that's a win. If you don't tick them, that's a loss. So train day end, did you get up and work out? Yep. Smashed it, really good session, brilliant. Did you make your bed? Actually no, I didn't, so we'll cross that off. That's a loss. Did you skip breakfast? No. Did you get 8 hours sleep per night? Yes. Perfect. 3 ticks, 1 loss. Now, what we want to do, we want to balance it so you've got as many wins as possible throughout the day. And this only comes down to the things you can control. So everything you can control, form a tick list against. So that's number 1 in building a routine. And this goes into this word, which I've mentioned, which I almost couldn't spell. Momentum. Momentum is the biggest driver, it's the biggest contributor to motivation, to discipline, consistency. And it's important moving into 2021, we understand no one's on it 100% of the time. Like, everyone has bad days. If you go in the gym, like if you logbook, for example, which is another thing I highly recommend, I'll do a Whiteboard Wednesday on that, but if you logbook, you may not beat your numbers. It's gonna happen. As long as in that individual session you gave 100%, that's all you can ask for, and take that mentality into your day as well. You're gonna have days where you feel demotivated. You don't want to get up and train. This is the last thing you want to do. We all have those days. Like, I've had those days before. You can't be asked to make your bed. You can't even be asked to get out of your bed. You just skip breakfast, like you rush for time, so you do skip your breakfast, and like I said, you don't end up eating till like 3. So then do you backload, or do you just eat your normal amount so you're not like bloating and the sleep doesn't suffer? You may only get 4 to 5 hours. You've been staying up, you've got a project you're working on. So there's loads of variables in life that will hinder your routine. But it's important to keep perspective. So I'm actually gonna write that. Because that is a massive one as well. So momentum, keep perspective, understand when you're on it, and understand it's okay not to be on it when you're not. And then the last one, which is very fitting, consistency. And that goes back to what I've just touched on. No one's on it 100% of the time. But for the 80%, be consistent. 100% consistent for that 80%, if that makes sense. So turn up when you can, or turn up every day and do the best you can, even if it's subpar your optimum level, that's absolutely fine. So routine and structure, and like I said, there's people out there that can help you. Be social, comment, message on social media, ask for help. Don't be scared to ask for help. But build a routine, build a structure, and set your goals. And moving into 2021, you have a vision, you have something to focus on, something to achieve. And you'll be well on your way once you nail all of these aspects. Okay, so as promised, we'll just break down exactly what my goal, strategy, routine is going to be moving into 2021. I need my pointer. So, what's my goal? My goal is to recomp. Now, what do I mean by that? Continue progressing my logbook, smashing workouts, increasing load, increasing rep range. But I want to drop body weight. I'm holding on to a little bit of excess fat. I'm sitting around 97 kilos now. I want to be 90 kilos by March. So quite a steady sort of fat loss, and that way I can maintain my training intensity in the gym. My strategy for that is going to be eating 3,200 calories, which is going to be tracked. Obviously I'll break down the macros in them as well. So the training side, 4-day split, and that is solely for recovery purposes at the moment. They're intense sessions, they're about 2 hours long, but I've taken a day out essentially to give myself an extra day of recovery. Really enjoying it. It's the first time I've tried that, and a heavy emphasis here on push as well. So we're hitting chest 3 times a week and delts 3 times a week. It's almost like an upper lower variant. It's completely bespoke. I've built the plan myself. Like I said, you learn exactly what your body needs. So the biggest thing, again, I would suggest is pay attention as you're training to what works and what doesn't, because everyone's different. So that's Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday and Sunday. I'm going to be training. I'll do 20 minutes cardio post-workout on Saturday and Sunday. And then I'll do 30 minutes fasted cardio on the bike on rest days, sitting at around 140 beats per minute in terms of heart rate. So that's going to be my strategy. And then routine. Now these two are interlinked. So these are very similar, but my personal routine, which is going to build momentum and help me achieve this goal by March. I'm getting up at 5:30 a.m. I enjoy getting up early. It gives me more time. And over here, I'm training in the morning. So again, I have to get up early before work and go and train. So 5:30, then we go and train. I'm tracking my calories throughout the day because this helps with this. I can understand exactly to the exact micronutrient if I'm on track. 8 hours sleep, so important when it comes to fitness. Well, not just fitness, everyday life, but recovery. This is where you recover, this is where you grow, this is where you mentally, cognition wise, you refresh, you reset. Very important, one of the most important aspects there. I read for half an hour before bed instead of sitting on my phone. Scrolling through Instagram can be unhealthy. You have like the blue light from the phone. If you're not wearing blue light blockers, I heavily recommend it. Get a book and just sit there and read before bed. Helps the mind sort of dial down. Get off social media. Stretch on rest days. Again, for recovery and injury prevention purposes. I have one off-plan meal per week. That's quite an important one because what that does, it keeps me on track. I know that come Friday, Saturday, whenever I'm going to have it, I've been good. It's motivation to be good, and I can have that one blow. And it's not stupid, but it's enough to satisfy you, ready for another week of progression. Log my workout. So I'm quite traditional. I like a pen and paper. I have an app coming out very shortly that you can log that for any of my members, any of my clients. You'll be able to log your workout in there. And then steps. So on top of my cardio, I get steps, 8,000 steps a day. So a nice steady slow walk. It's good to get the sunlight exposure as well. So these are just part of my routine. And this is more regarding everyday life, but these two are interlinked, and ultimately they're going to help you achieve your end goal. And that's it. Thank you very much for tuning to episode 1 of Wobble Wednesdays. Like I said, very simple. It's all common sense. I'm not saying any, like there's a lot of recycled information out there. I'm not saying anything that you haven't heard already. This is a refresh, and now's the time to refresh. Hopefully we've all decompressed over Christmas a little bit. Set your goals, sit down, ask yourself the questions that I've gone over. Once you have your goal, once you have your strategy to achieve that, sit down and write out your routine and structure that fits around your life to the best of your ability, and leave some flexibility in there, and start ticking the boxes, and you'll be well on your way to achieving your goal in 2021.